Okay, so I just got back home from Formula Drift. It was St. Louis, so it was July 13th through the 15th. But I actually stayed until Sunday because I remember after last year when I went in 2022, they didn't finish the last round, aka finals, until 11:30 ish. And then this year they actually didn't finish it until about 12:30 ish in the morning. So I'd already had the hotel booked until Sunday, knowing what happened last year. Um, but I'm just going to give a recap over the whole weekend. So this was not my first year going. As I said previously, I went last year. Um, and so I already knew what to expect going into it. It was very fun. The atmosphere was extremely welcoming. I also got plenty of Rockstar drinks. They actually had people from Rockstar going around with um, backpacks and ice with drinks, so they're constantly giving people drinks. In the vendors area slash um, the not the hot pits, the paddock car show area is where all the merchandise and all the sponsors and everything are. Also, you can normally catch the pros and prospect drivers out there as well as their cars parked in their camps, just not typically whenever they're practicing or whenever they're in their hot pits. But normally during halftime between top 32 and top 16 or during pro spec, you can catch the pro drivers out there and vice versa, depending on the day and what drivers there are. Um, First thing first, I'm going to talk about some of the people that I actually got to meet and talk to. Jonathan Castro, I got to talk to him. I actually did that whenever I was in line to talk to Rome Charpentier, like me. And I actually was able to get Rome's signature, which I put on the back of this shirt, which is the Formula Drift 20 year shirt, which I do like that one. The other shirt I got this year was the Formula Drift Rockstar shirt. So those are the two shirts I got this year. So I got to talk to both of them. I just made it brief because there was a line. I also got to talk to Ken Gucci. That was pretty nice. Me and him talked for about 5 to 10 minutes. I talked to Dean Carney. So actually, on Friday, I talked to Dean Carney's mechanics. I was in their pit for about 30 to 40-ish minutes just talking to his mechanics and his friends. And then whenever I was talking to them, I had accidentally stepped backwards and kicked his side skirt because it was not on the car. So whenever I talked to him on Saturday between top 32 and top 16, I had actually apologized for that. Granted, I know that, it's a drift car and his car gets bashed on a lot, but still, I apologize because I did still kick his stuff on accident. I got to talk to Ryan Turk briefly. He was recording an ad slash a video for Rain-X, his sponsor, Wiper Blades. Originally, I was over there and I was, looking at him in Osbo's car, but I saw that he was recording a commercial slash the ad. So I was being quiet. I walked away, came back, actually perfect timing because he had just got a water and then was sitting down. He had about a minute or two before he started recording again. So I got to talk to him and ask him a question. I was actually asking him how much room he has between his bumper and his bash bar because I know the other drivers normally actually have a room area of forgiveness. And he told me he actually has none. His bumper is held up by his bash bar. So that was actually pretty interesting. I figured he'd have at least, an inch or two, and I found out that he actually doesn't have any. I got to see Odi Bachis. I didn't talk to him. Actually, no, I did talk to him very briefly. I just asked him if he needed help because took the cover off of his car, but he was just putting it in the sun to dry. I wasn't sure if he was doing that or folding it up. I talked to Alex Martini twice. And I also talked to Gels the second time as well. I did that whenever I was actually about to walk back in the stadium whenever I saw him and Gels. And then I saw Larry Chen. While I'm talking about them, I shall show Larry Chen stickers because they're amazing. I got to talk to Larry Chen and Mike Power. I also got their signatures. So Larry Chen, Mike Power. Actually, no, this one is Larry Chen's. So I have his signature down here. And then I also got I have Gels, Alex Martinez, and then Mike Power's signature on this. So that was pretty cool. And the first time I saw Alex was it was still Saturday, but it was Saturday before Top 32. I just got to the stadium and I was about to walk in. Actually, no, I was going to stop by, get a rock start, and then I was going to walk in. And I actually saw him walking to go back into the area from the paddock, and just everyone was walking by him. I guess not really that many people recognized who he was. So I took that opportunity to go over there. I talked to him for a little bit. It was pretty nice. He was pretty welcoming. But I knew that he was on his way, so I just made it brief. And then that is actually everyone that I got to talk to. Last year, I know I talked to, who did I talk to last year? Last year, I also got to talk to Chris Forsberg. And then this year, I did talk to one of the RTR mechanics. I wasn't sure which one it was. I didn't get his name, nor did I get if he worked on any of, worked with a driver specifically. And then also, open this so I can show it. I got some stuff to go in my garage. It's a banner that shows, I'm gonna tear stuff this for this. It shows the different GTRs all the way up to 35. Excuse me, I apologize. So that's gonna go in my garage as well. Have some more wall art to go in there. And then other than that, just some of the merch that I got this year. I didn't get as much stuff as I did last year. I got a pair of sunglasses from the Air Force, or is it Air Force or Air Force Guard? My bad. Yeah, U.S. Air Force, their tent, as well as a lanyard, a koozie. Oh, this is Space Force actually. A Space Force koozie. A cup, reserves cup. This is actually pretty cool. Probably gonna use it. I like the graphics on it. I got a Nitto Tires lanyard as well. And then you actually see me wearing 2 wristbands. This is the outside. This is what's on the inside. They're flippable, but it's the same wristband. And whenever you sign up, you actually get this actually has your information on it. So whenever you go through, you actually, tap at everything and it puts your information. So that way you can actually have your information shown for the rankings whenever you do the little games that they have. As well as I got this, which came in handy because it was hot and it rained. So I was able to use that as a little bit of sun protection. Wearing it over my head, I got to use it to also wipe the seat after it rained. It rained, was it just Friday? Friday, and I believe Saturday a little bit. Yeah, it did rain Saturday as well. I do not recall if it rained Thursday or not. But all in all, it was nice this year. It did run a little bit longer, which didn't bother me at all. I liked the setup that they changed to this year, which was qualifying for Pro and Pro Spec on Thursday. All Pro Spec was supposed to be on Friday, except for the storm rolled in, which kicked Pro Spec top 16, or what was left of top 16, to Friday morning at 9:30. Not Friday morning, Saturday morning at 9:30. And then the rest of Saturday was Pro. That allows you to actually get a chance to, for those people that just want to see Pro, you have a day where you can come, you can go around the paddock and everything. And then the people that want to see everything, you have a little bit more leeway with what you get to see as far as you're not having to mentally switch back and forth trying to remember which different drivers there are, or flip back in the book between the different sections of the pro drivers and the pro spec drivers. You can actually see qualifying, which is obviously individual, and then you can see pro spec head to head, and then you get to see pro head to head. So you actually get to see the differences, compare the differences, and really get honed in on the different skill sets and skill levels of the two different levels of competition, which is pretty nice. And then obviously for those people that might not get off work on Friday to actually go and see pros, it allows them to go just Saturday, the day of pros, for the split weekends, which was, I think I had a buddy of mine come up and he only watched Saturday because he wasn't able to get off work Friday and he wanted to see pros, so that did work out for him. But all in all, it was pretty nice this year. I will be most likely going back next year. When I was talking to Ken Gucci, I asked him what his favorite track was, and he actually told me his favorite track is Long Beach. He said it's actually just a couple minutes from his house. He said Irwindale is actually closer to his house, but because of just the anticipation for the first round, the parade, and just everything around round one, just pretty much builds upon the excitement. And that's really, he said, one of the reasons why it's his favorite round. And I was talking to him about how I was born in California, but I haven't been back, and I actually want to go to either Long Beach or Irwindale whenever I go back and visit where I was born in California. And then I also talked to him about how I want to go to, where is it? Utah has around September 14th to 16th. I don't think I'll be able to hit it this year. I'll try if I can. But I told him ideally I'd like to go to that because my birthday is that Friday. So it'd be nice to have, a birthday weekend where I'm actually getting to see that. And he actually told me his birthday is September 9th. So I'm going to try and remember that and tell him happy birthday as well. And then I talked to him about, I'm obviously from Georgia, but I haven't got to see, Road Atlanta either. And he was telling me about, the odds and ends of the different tracks, what I was missing out on by, not obviously getting to follow every round, but as far as the different stuff for those different tracks. And basically he told me that whenever I do get the opportunity, I should go to those tracks because of the different environments that are around them, as well as just getting to see the different layouts. And you have a different feel for each one. Obviously Road Atlanta is you're coming down the big hill, and then you have the keyhole and they actually have to go back up. Granted, the seating is further, but the speeds obviously when they're coming down the hill and into turn one are a lot faster, which is something different than you have at St. Louis, where it's all 4 outside zones. And then you get to sit right where they finish when they come up onto the bank. And then as well as, I believe it's Irwindale is one of the ones I want to watch, where they have the 2 big banks on the outside with just the inner clip before they come around to finish. Because I know most of the time whenever the drivers are there, when they're on that first and second outside bank, they're normally full locked, scrubbing the back bumper against the outside wall, and normally don't have a lot of wavering. So I feel like that'd be really nice to see in person, especially, at night whenever they actually have the Type S lighting right there and you see all the smoke going over the side. I feel like that'd be pretty cool. Plus, normally that's the title fight where someone clinches the championship. So if I could see that, that'd be really cool and amazing. I think I might try and do that possibly next year. I'm not too sure right now. I'm still just focused on getting the GTR up and running, and then taking that to what I can. But yeah, that was pretty much it. This is just a really quick, fast review of Formula Drift. For those that haven't been, I really, how do I say this? For those that haven't been, I really advise you to go. Tickets aren't that expensive. I know for me, for St. Louis, for tickets for Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, you just get this. It's a weekend pass, a little wristband, and it was $60. There are add-on experiences that you can do that cost more. Those are all actually right there whenever you go look at it. And then even individual day tickets are cheaper. I think Thursday is like 15, and then the other days are like 20 or 25. Either way, not all that much. Especially when you compare it to some other motorsports and other professional sports ticket prices. And then those of you that want to get into it but don't have a round near you or won't get the chance to go, you can always watch it live on their YouTube. They actually stream it for free every round. They also afterwards do recaps, and then they do all action replays where they actually cut out the everything between the battles. They'll show just battles and skip, so that one goes a lot faster if you don't have as much time. But yeah, Formula Drift all in all is pretty cool. For those that haven't been, I really advise for you to go or at least watch it online. Get your own feel for it. But yeah, I look forward to going next year. I also will be trying to stop by Grid Life next year as well. I don't remember which one is closest to me. There are 2 states that have it. I remember one is Kansas. I do not remember what the second state is. I feel like it might be either Ohio or Wisconsin. I don't fully remember, but I'll check that out later on. Once again, that won't be until next year though. And I actually got to talk to someone about that. He met and knew a couple of the drivers, Ryan Turk, as well as some others from whenever they were doing Grid Life. But yeah, no, that was just a quick recap, and that's really it and all for this video.